see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit. Wu-Tang is here forever, motherfuckers. This 97, alright, my niggas and my niggerettes. Let's do it like this. I'ma rub your ass in the moonshine. Let's take it back to 79.
I bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses. Can't define how I be dropping these mockeries. Lyrically perform armed robbery. Flee with the lottery. Possibly they spotted me. Battle scarred shogun. Explosion when my pen hits. Tremendous. Ultraviolet shine blind forensics. I inspect. View through the future. See millennium. Killer bees sold. 50 gold. 60 platinum. Shackling the masses with drastic rap tactics. Graphic displays melt the steel like blacksmiths. Black Wu jackets. Queen bees ease the Gunson. Rumbling with patrolmen. Tear gas. Lace the function. Heads by the score. Take flight inside a war. Six hit the floor. Die hard fans demand more. Behold the bold soldier. Control the globe slowly. Proceeds the blow. Swinging swords like Shinobi. Stomp grounds and pound footprints in solid rock. Who got it locked? Performing live on your hottest fly.
As the world turns, I spread like germ. Bless the globe with the pestilence. The hard-headed never learn. This my testament to those burned. Play my position in the game of life, standing firm. On foreign land, jump the gun out the frying pan. Into the fire, transform into the Ghost Rider. A six-pack and a street car named Desire. Who got my back in the line of fire holding back? What? My peoples, if you with me, where the fuck you at? Niggas is strapped and they tryna twist my beer cap. It's court adjourned for the bad seed from bad sperm. Herb got my wig fried like a bad perm. What the blood? Clots. We smoke pot and blow spots. You wanna think twice? I think not. The iron lung.
Hunker down, Goose Forest, brother.
Guns are Navarone, tearing up your battle zone. Rip through your slums.
I twist darts from the heart. Try to intrude, loop my voice on the LP. Martini on the slang rock. Certified chatterbox. Vocabulary dawn and talking. Tell your story walking. Take cover, kid, what? Run for your brother, kid. Run for your team. And your six camp rhyme groupies. So I can squeeze with the advantage and get wasted. My deadly notes reign supreme. Your fort is basic compared to mine. Domino effect, arts and crafts. Paragraphs contain cyanide. Take a free ride on my dart. I got the fashion. Catalog for all y'all that all praise through the God. The saga continues. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang.
Olympic torch flaming. We burn so sweet. The thrill of victory. The agony defeat. We crush slow. Flaming deluxe slow. Poor. Judgment day cometh. Conquer. It's war. Allow us to escape hell. Globe spinning bomb. Pocket full of shells out the sky. Golden arms. Tune spit the shitty Mortal Kombat sound. The fake false step make the blood stain the ground. A jungle junkie. Vigilante tantrum. A death kiss. Catwalk squeeze another anthem. Hold it for ransom. Tranquilize with anesthesias. My orchestra. Graceful. Music ballerinas. My music Sicily. Rich California smell. The axe kill adventure. Paint a picture well. I sing a song from Sing Sing. Sipping on ginseng. Righteous wax chaperone. Rotating ring
March of the wooden soldiers. See cypher punks couldn't hold us. 1,000 men rushing in. Not one nigga was sober. Perpendicular to the square. We stand gold like flare. Escape from your dragon's lair. In particular, my beats travel like a vortex. Through your spine to the top of your cerebral cortex. Make you feel like you busting up from raw sex. Enter through your right ventricle. Clog up your bloodstream. Hot terminal like Grand Central Station. Program fat baselines on ovation. Getting drunk like a fuck. I'm ducking 5-year probation.
War of the masses, the outcome disastrous. Many of the victim families saved their ashes. A million names on walls engraved in plaques.
Yo, yo, yo.
Receive penalties for the acts. Another heart is torn, as close ones born.
Welcome to the call-in show, everybody.
Get slayed on the song.
The track renders helpless and suffers from multiple stab wounds and leaked sounds that's heard 93 million miles away.
If you want to be a part of the show, click that link. That StreamYard link. It's easy. Super easy. If you've seen some of the people that have clicked that link, you know how easy it is. Welcome to week 3 of the college football season, everybody.
That travels in rhyme form, giving sight to the blind. The dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Death only one can save self from. This relentless attack of the track spares none.
Yo, fuck that. Look at all these crab niggas laid back. Lamping light and gray and black. Rumors on my man's rack. Codeine was saucing your drink. You had a navy green. Solomon the fiend. Bitches ever heard you scream. You two-faces, scum of the slum. I got your whole body numb. Blowing like Shalimar in 81 sound convincing. $1,000 cork pop convincing. mention hands like Sonny Liston. Give fly permission, hold the fuck up. I'll fasten your wig, bad luck. I'll humiliate, separate the English from the Dutch. It's me, Black Noble Drew Ali. Came of trees, we like the Genovese. Sasso, season these degrees is Earth. 93 million miles from the first rough turbulence. The wave burst, split the megahertz.
Hey yo, that's amazing. Gun in your mouth talk. Verbal foul hawk. Connect thoughts to make my man chow walk. Swift notarizer, blue tank. All up in the high riser. New York gang visor word. Tranquilizer, just a dosage. Delegate my clan with explosives. Wow, my pen blow lines ferocious. Mediterranean. See y'all, the number one draft pick. Tear down the beat guard. The delegate, the guard, the seagull. The swift chancellor. Flex the white gold tarantula. Track truck diesel. Play the weak guard. Substantial. Max mostly. Undivided then sliding. Sickening. Guaranteed made him jump like Rod Strickland.
All right, the show starts in about 3 minutes, everybody.
Check it. Yo, check the method of this shit right here one time.
You guys are what keeps this show going.
Your brain cells to the utmost.
This show is driven by the callers, not by Pigskin Pete. So be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. You know what I mean? Lots of great games this week. We'll talk about all these games coming up. We'll talk about what happened last week. We'll get it done.
Women walk around celibate, living irrelevant. The most benevolent king, communicating through your dreams. Mental pictures been painted, a lost, heard, and seen everywhere. You watch us around the atmosphere, troposphere, thermosphere, stratosphere. Can you imagine for one single idea? Everything appeared here. Understand it makes my truth crystal clear. Innocent black immigrants locked in housing tenements. 85% tenants dependent welfare recipients. Stapleton's been stamped as a concentration camp. At night I walk through third eye, bright as a street lamp. Electric micros, robotic probes, taking telescope pictures of the globe. Babies getting pierced with microchips stuffed inside their earlobes. Then examinated, blood contaminated, vaccinated, lies fabricated, exaggerated authorization, food and drug administration, testing poison in prison population. My occupation is to stop the inauguration of Satan. Some claim that it was rating, so I come to slay men like Bartholomew, cause every particle is physical, article is diabolical to the last visible molecule. A space night like bomb, consume planets like Unicron, blasting photon bombs from the arm like Galvatron.
United Nations, gunfire style patient, formulating rap, plural acapella occupation, conquer land like Napoleon, military bomb vest, we won't
I don't know, F Shell. You might have to. You'll have to settle for the drug Pete instead. How's that sound?
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
It's free and escape and sleep for a fool. Peep jewels, keep tools for tough time. The ruler rough mind, elevate, stay behind. The sun gotta shine, keep on, cremate the whole Babylon. Time's up, move on. Kings on your pawn, checkmate. No fakes approach through the gate, case closed. Fakes get froze when it comes time. Chosen ones will hold the guns. We take flight with no fright and attack. Never fear, cause our words is clear. Once been done, can't be undone, son. We can't care, cause the last days and times are surely here. Snakes and blades get flung by the righteous ones. Divine minds bond, we unified as one. Have a black hope, we have broke, smoke a bowl of weed shit. Our everlasting essence stay flying over Egypt.
Word to Kimmy, don't go, son, nigga, you my motherfucking heart. Stay still, son, don't move, just think about Kiba. Should be 3 in January, your young guard needs ya. The ambulance is taking too long. Everybody get the fuck back, excuse me, bitch, give me your jack. 1718, 911, low battery, damn. Blood coming out his mouth, he bleeding badly. Nah, Jamie, don't start that shit. Keep your head up, if you escape hell, we're getting fucked up. When we was 8, we went to Bat Day to see the Yanks. In 69, his father and mines, they robbed banks. He pointed to the charm on his neck. With his last bit of energy left, told me rock it with respect. I opened this scene, the guard holding his kids, photogenic, tears just burst out my wig, plus he dropped one. Oh shit, here comes his old earth with no shoes on, screaming, holding her breath with a gown on. She fell on him lightly, touched his jaw, kissed him, rubbed his hair, turned around, the ambulance was there, plus the blue coats, Officer Low, took it as a joke. Weeks ago, he strip searched the guard and gave him back his coat, bitches yelling. Beanie Man swore.
Hey, I enjoy rubbing the rock. In more ways than one.
Came through, it was weird, felt like my man was cast out my heaven. Now we share laid on the stretcher, blood on his wallies like ketchup, deep like the Paul assassination with a sketch of it.
Hey, look who's here.
from you who the leads. Second grade Hunter teachers about to leave. Finally, this close chapter comes to an end. He was pronounced dead, y'all. That's well 10.
Now what my man is trying to tell y'all is that across the whole globe, the murder rate is increasing and we decreasing. So at the same time, when you play with guns, son, that causes the conflict of you going against your own. You hear me? So let's pay attention, straight up and down.
This is only a story.
This is only a story.
For real.
From the real.
What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the College Football Call-In Show right here on the Pigskin Pete YouTube channel. Again, this show is driven by the callers. Nobody is here to look at my ugly face or listen to me ramble on for 2 hours. I've learned that. Been doing this a long time. So the show is driven by the callers. Click that link. I'll be posting it periodically in the chat as well as Nightbot. I hope you guys are all doing well tonight. If anybody's in the path of this storm, I know we got a couple people in the chat who are in the path of this storm. I hope you guys are okay. Being a guy who's grown up my entire life on coastal South Carolina, I know all about hurricanes and tropical storms and the whole nine. And I can tell you one thing about it. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. So I hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe, hunker down, and watch the Pigskin Pete show. That's all I can tell you. Hopefully you got a lot of beer and canned goods. That'll get you through the troubles. At least that's what gets me through my troubles. Anyway, some great games this weekend. Conference play doesn't really start until next week across the country. But we do have a lot of conference games and a lot of rivalry games this week, too. We got the Apple Cup. We got the Civil War. We got the whatever you call it, West Virginia against Pitt. A hated rivalry, as well as some other games. Thursday night, we got Arizona and Kansas State. I'm looking forward to Arizona and Kansas State because I haven't seen either one of those teams play this year. And so that's sort of a standalone game. There's actually two games on Friday night, but that's the only one worth watching. Kansas State is 7.5-point favorite. Alabama and Wisconsin. Can Alabama bounce back after that pitiful performance against South Florida? I think they can because Wisconsin's just not very good. LSU and South Carolina, where game day is. I had to go ahead and tuck my tail between my legs on the Lunch Money Show on Monday night and pick South Carolina to win that. Although LSU is a 7-point favorite in that game on the road at South Carolina. Can South Carolina find an offense? They have a defense. Can they find an offense? I don't know. This game will be low scoring. I think I picked the under. And for me, anybody who knows about me, I don't pick unders. So this will be a first for me. I'm testing the waters. I'm putting my floaties on. And I'm actually going to take the under on that one, despite never doing that. Memphis and Florida State. Florida State, man. Can you guys get it together? You're embarrassing the ACC. You're embarrassing the ACC. You guys were picked to win the ACC 3 weeks ago. Now you're not only treading water, you're drowning. Somebody throw these people a lifeline. Throw them a donut. What do they call that thing? The donut. Somebody throw them a donut. They're going under fast, quick, and in a hurry. Boston College and Missouri. I think this is a very interesting game. Missouri favored by 16.5. Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon favored by 16.5 has not looked good. Upset of the week. Actually, this game's in Oregon State. Upset of the week. Go Beavs. A&M in Florida should be interesting. I don't even know why I think that should be interesting. I take that back. I don't even know why I said that.
People are like, oh, dude, you fucking roasted or you roasted.
I don't even know why I said that. It's really not interesting, but I guess people will be watching it. Washington and Washington State, the Apple Cup. Washington State 2-0. 2-0 in the Pac-2. Games in Washington State. Washington favored by 5. Let's get to the chat here, then we'll get right to the phone calls. Let's see who's in here. Matt Dummett's here. Anthony Swift, Stingray, Goose Sports. I think Goose Sports is getting hit by that storm right now. Don Keedick. Wahoo Brad. Wahoo Brad is on cloud 9 right now, and I don't blame him. If you can't tell by his name, he's a Virginia fan. What did I just do? Oh, he's a Virginia fan. Virginia's 2-0 right now. Yeah, 2-0. Who would have thunk it? I picked them to win 4 games all year. They're halfway there. Halfway there. Bowl team in that. Sir UGA, Slam Newton. Wu-Tang is the greatest group ever. Yes. Hold on. Let me find this. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
That is correct,
That is correct, sir. Yoda T. Jeremy Garland. What's up, Jeremy? F. Shelled. Traveling Fool says, yo, 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 yo. What's up, fools? Tiger Baskins, my man. Let's go Clemson, undefeated in week 2. Well, they're not undefeated. I don't know if you mistyped there or what you did. Uncle Lou is here. Fishing football? Where the hell? Where? This guy. Fishing football.
I still love you, but I don't like you.
Where are you? You've been under a rock. I mean, I don't blame you. You are a Florida fan. I understand why you've been, but you've been under a rock. Welcome back to civilization. I don't know if this is AI win or Al win. I'm just going to say Al win. This song sucks. So do you. Anthony Swift. The Duck Knight. DJU is wishing he played tight end like his brother. He's not fast enough or athletic enough to play tight end. I keep hearing people say that about DJ. He needs to play tight end. Have you seen him run? Hell, I'm faster than him, and I fall every time I run. Kidding me? The ghost of Melissa May is here. Shoot him 556. Mad Tea Sipper. Sorry I'm late. I forgive you. I'm a very forgiving person. Jaden Brown. DJU drinks powdered milk. Oh, man. Meaty Okra. Squan Man. Florida State 0-2. Print that. Yeah, tweet that, too. Print that and tweet that. Rhino26. What's up, Rhino? Hope you're doing okay, buddy. All right. All right. Well, I'm having too much fun. The show hasn't even started yet. I'll take the phone calls in the order they came in. Again, if you want to call in, click that StreamYard link and give me your thoughts. What's up, your own Pete?
Good evening, Pete. It's Caden the man. How you doing, sir?
Well, I'm amazing and fantastic. How are you doing, Caden?
It's a bye week for the Buckeyes, which means putting in a little extra work for the week, so then we're ready to go for the next week. So I'm not going to complain, and I'm going to be watching the games.
Yeah.
I got 2 games specifically I'm going to be watching. Well, 2 teams specifically I'm going to be watching. I got Georgia. I'm going to be watching Georgia against Kentucky, which will be an absolute blowout. And then Miami, I'm going to be watching them along with the backyard brawl, Pitt and West Virginia, because I got friends that are big West Virginia Pitt fans.
Who are you picking in those?
I got Georgia winning. I got Slim Shady Canes and Miami Hurricanes going. That's a storm coming from Florida. That's going to be really storming college football down in Florida. The only team in Florida that's actually making a storm right now. And then I got Pitt win over West Virginia.
So you're going way out on a limb here and picking Miami to beat a high school team?
I got them winning.
You got them winning?
What's the problem?
I didn't say there was a problem. I mean, but does anybody not have them winning? I mean, they're favored by like 50.
I mean, still, I'm rooting because Miami's looking pretty good, and I never saw them coming to look that good. But you know what? It is what it is. Strange things can happen in the world of college football. You don't know who's going to make a good impact, but also who can make it to the playoffs in that unexpected moment of a year. It happened before. It can happen again. And I got some other bad news for you, Pete. I got a list of bad news for you, buddy.
I can't wait for this. Go ahead. What's the bad news?
Ladies and gentlemen, Caden the Man presents bad news, brought to you by Sheets. Clemson has now turned into Clown State University, along with Florida State, and now possibly moving to the SEC, which if they do move to the SEC, they will be the next victims fed to the University of Georgia Bulldogs defense. In other news, Colorado is a piece of garbage, and their team can't get it together. So pretty much Travis Hunter and all of them are probably going to leave after next year, and Deion Sanders is going to be fired. And with that being said, Uncle Lou, wow, you really calling Ohio State soft along Pigskin Pete on the Lunch Money Show. I heard about that. And you know what? I just told the fellas in the locker room just not even this past 2 days ago, they're really upset, and now they are really on a bad mood for the last 2 weeks, have set them off. And now you've got a very highly angered, hungry Ohio State defense ready to strike on anybody possibly. And that's your following bad news, brought to you by the Ohio State University Team Shop, along with Sheets.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, and you can't even say your own comments, so you have to use AI. Pretty dumb, in my opinion.
Oh, that wasn't AI.
And pretty cowardly.
That wasn't AI.
Well, I'm telling you the truth. Clemson has turned into Clown State University now instead of Clemson University. And you and Volusia are the two biggest clowns on here.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, at least there's between two guys that are smarter on the midday show and on the ACC show. And I can name the only two people on both shows that are that actually intellectually smart.
Go ahead and name them.
Slim Shady Hayes and myself. Because clearly you two are the biggest clowns besides Uncle Lou on YouTube.
All right. Is that all?
Then Uncle Lou, you better tell them Bulldogs to be ready for the playoffs, because when we see them for the next time, it's going to be their last ride, and I guarantee you that national championship, we won't just become the 8-time national championships. Oh, no. Ohio State will become 9-time national champions, and you know it, because that is the only way it's going down this year. It's going to be vengeance, and it's going to be bad blood, and I'm going to tell you what, January 20th, you better write it down, son. Because you just wrote a check with your mouth, that's your rear end cash. So go Bucks. We about to see you soon.
All right, thank you. What's up, you're on with Pete?
Yo, Pete, you got Dominic in the building. What's up?
What's up, Dominic? How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Fresh off of that comeback win over Wake Forest last week.
Who are you a fan of again?
Virginia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Big. Yeah. Go Who's.
Yeah.
You're 2-0.
Yeah. Wake Forest blew a 30-17 lead. Like, bruh.
Man. How about give Virginia some credit? Wake Forest didn't blow that lead. You took them to the woodshed. Come on, man.
And to all the doubters,
say it with your chest, then.
We were not gonna do good. Keep sleeping on us and watch us make a bowl game. Keep sleeping on the Who's.
Come on, man. Say it with your chest. Don't talk about Wake Forest blew it. You went and took it from them.
Oh, we sure did. And
yeah, Virginia said. Wake who? We're not gonna back down from Wake. Wake who? Come on, man. You ain't got Sam Hartman anymore. Nobody gives a shit about a Wake Forest. What is a Wake Forest anyway? That place isn't even in a forest. Fuck, man. Wake Forest.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So how bad you gonna lose this week, though?
Yeah, I think we're at home against Maryland this week, and yeah, safe to say, I think this could be our first loss of the season.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maryland's they don't have a quarterback. I mean, listen, I'm not picking Virginia to beat to beat Maryland, but hey, there's a chance. Nobody picked you to beat Wake Forest either, did they? No, they didn't.
I don't think so.
Even you didn't. You even didn't.
No, I didn't. But man.
All right. So what games are you excited about other than your own? Or just pick one. I don't want to go down
for this week.
Yes. No, for 2030.
Oh,
of course, this week. What are we talking about?
All right. Well, obviously, I'm excited. Let's see. I'm excited to see Washington and Washington State.
The Apple Cup, yes.
Yes. Also, the backyard brawl between West Virginia and Pitt.
Yeah, I like that one too. Will you be eating an apple when you watch the Apple Cup? Or at least apple pie, maybe?
I don't know.
No?
But
I'm going to. I'm going to eat an apple.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, the Apple Cup's a good one. Washington's favored by 5. Yeah, I might take Washington State to upstate. Have you seen Washington State play this year?
No, I have not. But
they're pretty good.
I have not.
They look pretty good. Now this will be the best team they've played so far in Washington. Don't get me wrong, but upset alert. This game's in Wazoo.
Also, another game you want to keep an eye on is Alabama and Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'll have both eyes on it. Not even just one. You said to keep an eye on it. I'm going to keep both eyes on it. Wait, what do you think about that?
I actually have Wisconsin upsetting number 4 Bama.
Yeah, no. Bama's favored by 16. Let me ask you this before I let you go. Who's a better team? South Florida or Wisconsin?
Oh. I would say
I didn't know that. Why is that funny? I'm being serious. I'm actually being serious.
I mean, listen, in all seriousness, South Florida almost upset Bama, but Bama's performance was god-awful. Let's be serious here.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say that South Florida might be better than Wisconsin. What do you think about that? Is that a hot take or am I crazy?
No, that's actually a pretty good hot take, Pete.
Boy, I must be a comedian. You laugh at everything I say.
Well, not everything. It's just. I think you're a pretty funny guy.
Oh, hey, I got a joke for you. Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
There you go. This guy. All right, Dominic.
Actually, before I go, I have a chicken joke to tell you.
Oh God, I can't wait for this. Go ahead.
What kind of car does a chicken drive?
I don't know. What kind?
A Volkswagen.
All right, have a good day, Dominic. Thanks for calling in.
See you, Pete.
This guy's fucking cracking himself up. Holy shit. What's up? You're on with Pete.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
You're not too smart. You're not too intellectually smart.
I'm not too intellectually. That's an oxymoron. Go ahead.
You and Lou are dumb. And you know what?
What?
You know what? Dabo Sweeney sucks my weenie.
Is this fucking retard night at the Apollo? What the fuck is going on here? This has turned into a shit show. What's up? You're on with Pete.
I'm not laughing at you.
Well,
I'm just laughing because I don't know what it is, but your first couple of callers got
God Almighty, man.
You of a vegetable shop, bro.
Jesus Christ! I track these people like flies, man.
Well, it's funny because the Ohio State fan, he literally, that's how all Ohio State fans are. Like, they're the ones that put your groceries in your bag, or walk the old lady to the car with her groceries. Like, that's them. And then you give them like a 50 cent and tell them thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point. He does represent he's like the average Ohio State fan. You know what? You're right about that.
The fact that he was like, the only people that are smart are I was like, dude, like, I don't know. And I get it. I know YouTube is very accessible for everybody, but there should be tests. Just like, you know how old people, when they get really, really old, and you're like, make them take a driving test again because they can't drive. Like, you need that for YouTube. You need to be able to take an IQ test. Like, okay, here's one. Here's a football IQ. Top 6 out of the top 7 teams in the nation are in the SEC. But I swear to you, and this has happened before, there will be a 3-loss SEC team that has 2 of those 3 losses to, so one of these teams that are in the top of the nation. And people will go, yeah, well, so-and-so, they had 2 losses as well. They're not much better. They both had 2 losses. And it's like, you dumb mother, like, the SEC is the greatest conference. And they are this year. If you've got a great lineup of teams, I get it. But to say that just because 2 teams have the same record, that they are equal in strength is ignorant. But for some reason,
the SEC is clearly this year anyway is clearly far and away the best conference in football. I have a question for you though.
Hit me with it.
Who's the second best conference right now? Right now, I'm not saying I'm not projecting till week 12 and into the playoffs. I'm saying after 2 weeks.
South America. No, I don't. Of course, I want to say, you got Ohio State and all them, but it's like you literally only have Ohio State.
I think you got to go off of signature wins and non-conference wins. I see people already right now in the chat typing Big Ten because they're conditioned to do that. Where's the signature win in the Big Ten? Can you name one?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't name one.
Oregon struggled with a potato.
Yeah.
Right? With all that. Ohio State struggled and finally got their crap together in the second half, which is understandable. You're going to have that. I think the ACC and Big Ten are, I would say they're tied right now. The ACC's won enough games to make that a race, to make that a neck and neck, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not saying the ACC's better.
I'm not either. I'm talking about right now, week 2. From what we've seen, the ACC has performed better than the Big Ten and probably the Big 12 too. I'm thinking outside of maybe Utah. Where's the signature win in the Big 12?
Oh, yeah, we're not doing that.
Oh, so anyway.
No, but I mean, just, on a realistic note, though, Michigan and Oregon were supposed to be amazing. But Oregon has struggled, back-to-back weeks. Like you said, Michigan crapped the bed, which we knew they were going to be terrible. Like I said, we knew they were going to be terrible. So now, instead of having 3 powerhouse teams, now you have 1. And so now with the ACC, which I hate it because I know Clemson gets a lot of crap, especially for them playing Georgia. The only team you lost to was the best team in the nation. You know what I mean? So you can't
I mean it was they lost in a bad way though, so that's unfortunate. But
yeah, but you can't say, nobody can say, oh, Clemson's not good.
Well, people tell me that every day, sir. So I mean, I agree with you, but people tell me that every day.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, I think who was it? Y'all had somebody else in your conference who had a big win. That was a surprising win. Who am I thinking of?
Well, Miami had a big. I don't know if you want to call it a big win. It was a blowout win against Florida.
Do you? Okay, I guess we can talk about Florida real quick. Do you believe that with Lagway they're a better team?
Yes.
Okay. And look, for people that want to say, well, dude, he had all those yards against Samford. First off, he's a freshman, and go ahead and show me what other quarterbacks, when they play small schools, throw for almost 500 yards.
I just don't understand. I mean, I kind of understand that that Mertz is the more more veteran, more experienced quarterback than Lagway is. But look, I know Billy Napier knows deep down in his heart that they have no chance to compete in the SEC or nationally. So right now he's really coaching for his job.
Agreed.
And so I think you got to go with the better the better upside player, and I think that is Lagway. And I'm not really look. I don't think Mertz is a terrible quarterback or anything,
I don't either.
But I don't think that he has the upside that Lagway does. And so for me, I would play the young guy. Looking forward to next year, provided that he's still going to be there next year, so that maybe they can make a run next year. In other words, I know it's week 2 and you want to play for this year, and everything's rosy.
But you got to accept it sometimes.
At some point, you got to accept it and just play the better player. I just think that Lagway has a better upside than Mertz does. And also, Mertz is coming off an injury too. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, he had his concussion. Well, but tell me, would you not try to control the environment or control the chaos for Lagway? Because you played him against Samford. That's a great start. You didn't do what what's his name, Mullen did to Richardson and start him against Georgia for his first game. But you played Lagway against Samford. He goes out there and throws for good yardage. Do you split games or do you split quarters with Graham Mertz and Lagway? That way Mertz kind of gets back into it, but you also slowly give Lagway more leash? Or do you just throw Lagway in and say, let's go? If you're planning for next year.
I think you just throw Lagway in and say, let's go. I think he's more of a threat, obviously, with his legs and his arm than Mertz is. And that might be the difference in winning a game against a team like A&M.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, okay. I do think I think he's a good threat with his legs. But what Lagway impressed me with, he doesn't just run. He gets out of the pocket and then likes to make that throw. And you don't see that out of freshmen.
Yeah. And he can disguise a little bit of the problems that are happening with Florida. Florida's offensive line is not very good.
Agreed.
And he can fix some of those problems, or not fix it, but he can just he can supplement it.
Well, okay. Last thing one quick thing, and then I'll say last thing. But Georgia playing Kentucky this week. Georgia's going to look great. I think so.
Yes, take Georgia. I don't know what it is now. It was minus 24 yesterday. I went ahead and took that. Minus 24. Here's what I think. I think this game's going to be probably 40-10. I think they'll double the well, not double, but more than a touchdown over the spread for Georgia. This game won't be competitive.
Do you think Bama? Do you think they wish they were playing a tougher opponent before they meet us, or do you think they're okay building confidence up?
No. Well, first of all, they got a big game on the road in a big time school. So I mean, I don't really know what you're asking, but
I'm saying we played Clemson in our first week, and anybody that thinks Clemson's defense is terrible, then you're crazy. So we got our test, and we began the season with it. You think Wisconsin is just as good as Clemson?
No, they're not anywhere close as good as Clemson.
And that's my point.
Yeah,
Bama's toughest opponent is going to be what, USF or Wisconsin going into this game?
Might have been USF.
Yeah, and I'm saying that, do you feel like Bama should have played a tougher opponent before this game against Georgia, or do you think with DeBear, it's a hey, let's get his feet wet, let's get him going before we play Georgia?
No. Did you just call him DeBear?
Yeah, I was being funny.
I thought Chris Felica was DeBear.
No. This guy's DeBear.
Oh, okay.
But
DeBear.
Hey, I just wanted your opinion though, because you can look at it both ways. New coach, let him go out there and get his feet wet. They struggled against USF, so you had some adversity. But would they, how would they fare against a good team early, or was it positive for them not to play?
No, I think it was positive for them not to play a great team early. They might have lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to let you go, but
yes,
I do want you to answer this as I'm leaving. Clemson, y'all's next game coming up, next few games, do you feel positive about what the team looked like against App State going into the future? I know you accept that it's App State,
yes,
but what you saw.
Of course. It's like I've been saying for the past week. It's not that they beat App State, it's how they beat them.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, again, a lot of teams play Group of 5 and FCS teams in the first 2 weeks of football. How many of them put up 56 points in one half? There's a grand total of one team that did that, and that's Clemson. So look, it is what it is. Does that mean that Clemson's going to, go undefeated for the rest of the year and make the college football playoff and, win some games? No, it doesn't. Nobody's claiming that. But it's a good sign. It's the best game that we've seen out of that offense in 3 years.
Yeah, facts. Okay.
And they've played a lot of cupcakes in the past 3 years.
Okay. Well, I'm out. I'm listening.
Yes.
I'll be in the comment section. See you, bud.
All right. See you later. What is up here on with Pete? What's up? You're on with Pete.
Am I supposed to just yell something and hang up?
I guess so.
Have you talked about the Alabama-Wisconsin game yet?
Yeah, barely.
Do you think Jalen Milroe will have 2 yards rushing again, like he did last week?
No, I think he'll have at least 20.
Less than that?
I think he'll have at least 20 yards rushing, because the fact of the matter is South Florida's got a better defense than Wisconsin does, so he'll get at least 20 yards.
Yeah, he had 2 yards last week in that big win against South Florida. So you don't think he'll have 2 yards rushing again this week?
No, I think 20. 10 times more rushing yards than he had last week. Yeah. That's how bad Wisconsin's defense is.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Jaden Brown says he'll have at least 3. 3 rushing yards. What's up? You're on with Pete.
Hello, Pete.
Hello.
How are you doing, sir? No, I'm down bad, Pete. I'm down bad.
You're down bad. Have you reverted back to being a Nebraska fan yet? I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, there's no shame in being a 2-teamer, Nate, and you might just want to go ahead and jump on that Nebraska bandwagon because Michigan's not going to be good for a long time. They're just not. And
no, I'm not being a 2-teamer. I'm just, well, I used to be, but now and Lou told me to not to be a Nebraska man or fan just because I'm a 2-teamer.
Do you just do everything Lou tells you to do, or can you think for yourself, or do you just have to do whatever Lou tells you to do?
Well,
why don't you just give Lou the double tall boys and fucking and rock out with Nebraska? I wish I had a second team, because if Clemson plays like shit, I wish I had a second team just to to fall back on. You've got the privilege and the ability to fall back on an actual, possibly good team. Take advantage of it, my friend. What are you doing?
I have no idea. Well, I do think Michigan's going to lose to Ohio State, which is sad. But
of course they are. They're no good.
What I saw with my own eyes. I even stopped watching the Texas and Michigan game in the second quarter. Yeah, you heard that right.
You stopped watching the Texas and Michigan game in the third quarter?
Second quarter.
Second quarter? That's even worse.
Yeah.
Dang, why?
They were getting blown out.
Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. You need to switch back to Nebraska. Yeah, you've already given up on Michigan, so just switch back.
Hey, well, the good thing I live in Nebraska because I can go to Nebraska games. So, well.
Yeah. Plus, you live in Nebraska.
In fact, I am going to. Well, yeah, and plus I not that far from Lincoln, and I'm going to Lincoln next Friday. So, for a football game.
You're going to a Nebraska game?
Yeah.
But you're on here trying to convince us that you're not a Nebraska fan.
Well, that's what Lou said, but you said
no. I'm not asking what Lou. I'm talking to you. What do you think?
I'm a 2-teamer.
You're a 2-teamer. Go Huskers. Yeah. Hey, what's more entertaining? What's more entertaining, going to a Nebraska game or the Omaha Zoo?
Well, sitting around doing nothing but cheering, but walking around doing something. But I would say the most exciting thing is the Husker game. But the walking around thing is the Omaha Zoo. But I'll get on the edge is the Nebraska games. So
yeah.
So yeah.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Nate.
All right.
I'm also a 2-teamer.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. I'm a Clemson fan, and I'm a fan of whoever plays South Carolina everywhere. So this week I'm an LSU fan. What do you think about that?
Oh,
Now I don't go out. I don't do like Sea Dog does and buy a hat for every team on South Carolina's schedule because that's just silly. And Sea Dog is silly.
Yeah.
But go Tigers, or Tigers, or whatever the hell they say.
Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Fuck South Carolina. Fuck them. No wonder they're the Gamecocks. Because they're cocks. Yeah, hi woman.
Yeah. What's up here on with Pete? Isn't it a school night? What am I doing here? Isn't it a school night? These kids should be in bed by now. While we're waiting on another call, let's look at some of these lines here. So Arizona at Kansas State. Kansas State is a 7-point favorite against Arizona. Over under 59. I got to be honest. I like Arizona in this game on the road as a 7-point underdog. They might win this game outright. If you're frisky enough, you can take Arizona at plus 230 on the money line. That might be the way to go in that one. Again, we just got done talking about this game, Alabama, Wisconsin. Alabama's a 16-point favorite. I know it's fun to pile on Alabama based on their performance against South Florida. However, Alabama's still infinitely better than South Florida, and they're infinitely better than Wisconsin, too. This line is not an accident. The people that set the lines in Vegas are not fans like we are and don't get emotional about, close games against a group of 5 teams like we do. And actually, the spread should probably be even higher than 16, quite honestly. So I would actually probably take Alabama in the 16 points there. I think they bounced back after last week and get a big win here against Wisconsin by more than 16. LSU and South Carolina. I've already look. See this number right here in the middle, over under 49. There might not be 30 points scored in this game. I'm not even kidding. South Carolina's offense is absolutely atrocious. Now their defense is legit. They'll win some games based on their defense alone. Well, they did last week. I mean, we saw what happened with Kentucky. This is almost like a carbon copy of Kentucky game, actually. 2 sputtering offense. Now, LSU has a better offense than Kentucky does. Don't get me wrong. But 2 sputtering offenses and 2 decent defenses. I think this is going to be extremely low scoring, unless, and this is the gamble you take, unless there's some defensive touchdowns, which there very possibly could be. In this game. Did the LSU lose their number 1 running back? I think he did. I think they did. What is up? You're on with Pete.
Hey, what's up, Pete?
Hey, what's up, man? Who we speaking with?
What's going on? It's Wayne, Pete. I've been joining your show a couple times.
Yeah, I know who you are. I'm just letting the people know who they're listening to.
Oh, heck yeah, heck yeah. I'm a big Buckeye fan.
Yeah, we got a the second Buckeye fan, but this guy actually makes sense. Not like the first Buckeye fan we talked to. This guy actually knows what he's talking about. He's not,
Yeah, they some of those people that call in, Pete, I don't know what they be talking about. I speak logic, so I'm not all overhyped either. We're 2-0 right now, but I gotta see us play somebody worth anybody.
Yeah, I hear you. But you're taking care of business. Tell me about your quarterback, man, because Kyle McCord obviously went to Syracuse, transferred to Syracuse.
Yeah, he's lighting it up too.
He's lighting it up. Yeah. He's lighting it up. So how do you feel about your quarterback right now?
Will Howard, I think that my honest opinion, I think Will Howard. I think we can win the championship with him, but I think it was other quarterbacks in the transfer portal that was better than him that we could have gotten. That was like maybe a little bit more dynamic. But Will Howard is pretty good though. He's pretty sufficient. He needs to work on some of his downfield passing. Some of the balls that come off don't look, like he having a hard time gripping the ball or something. I don't know. Like some of his throws are really good and some of his throws are bad too though. So, but he can he's very good in the pocket. He has very good pocket presence. I will say that. The Will is pretty good in the pocket and he's not a statue. So the play breaks down, he can get up out of there and extend the play. So I'm confident with Will Howard. I know he'll get better and better as the year goes on. He's not the concern. The concern is we make sure that we get our run game up to par with our offensive line and everything. We still have yet to have our best offensive lineman play this year. Donnie Jackson, our All-American guard, he hasn't played yet.
When's he supposed to come back?
He's supposed to be back this. We got a bye week this week, so he's supposed to be back this upcoming week when we play Marshall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all should blow Marshall out. But you got two luxuries here. Number one, you got the best wide receiver room in the country. It's not even close.
Of course.
So that helps out a young quarterback like Howard. Also, if you look around the Big Ten, I'm not seeing a whole. I mean, we thought Oregon was going to be really good. It appears after a couple of weeks. I'm not going to overreact to it, but it appears right now that y'all are going to be a heavy favorite in that game in a few weeks. Michigan got absolutely steamrolled by Texas, and I think there's a lot of similarities between Texas and Ohio State. Texas is another team with a high-powered offense like Ohio State could potentially have. Now, they have a veteran quarterback. I think they got a better quarterback right now than Ohio State does, but I think there's a lot of similarities between Ohio State and Texas. So, I mean, you got everything in front of you. It really would be inexcusable for Ohio State to lose the Big Ten this year, and I don't think you will. I've got you picked to win the national title. So
yeah, I hope we do, Pete. But I was just gonna say, don't let Oregon. I hate that it's going like that right now for them because I already know what's going on. They see Oregon's over there playing possum. They're playing possum.
No, they're not. There's not any. They're just not very good. They ain't playing possum.
I think Oregon has good players.
They do.
I think Oregon is pretty good. They just haven't put it all together yet, and they hide it. They may be trying to hide some stuff. They don't want to expose certain stuff, because they know they got some good teams coming down the pipeline.
Well, Brandon says the national title. I picked Ohio State preseason to win the national title. Now I could possibly change that here after a couple of weeks. I mean, Texas looks fucking ridiculously good. Georgia looks ridiculously good. I mean, there's 3 or 4 teams. I'm not saying they're going to, but that was my preseason pick. But if you're looking around the Big Ten outside of Oregon, I guess. I mean, who is the biggest threat to Ohio State?
Definitely Penn State.
Penn State,
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, but Penn State, I wouldn't sit there and just say that either, because Penn State, they were struggling with Bowling Green Saturday. Like, I don't understand some of these teams, Pete. I don't know. Like, and then your Clemson Tigers, I watched them. They didn't look very good week 1, and the offense didn't look very good at all. Then now they're against a subpar team, a team a little bit better above average, I would say. Appalachian State, y'all was blowing them out, scoring every which way. Like, I don't know, man. Clemson is a hard out. I don't know. Still don't know what to think of Clemson. I thought Clemson was going to be good this year. I still think they're going to be pretty good, but I don't know how to judge our offense. I don't know what I'm going to get.
Well, I honestly don't. I don't know either. I mean, we're going to have to see them play against a better team than Appalachian State and put up a lot of points before I'm ready to jump on the offensive bandwagon there. But they got a bunch of good players. Here's the thing. Against Georgia, their game plan was trash. They should have focused on the running the ball, which they didn't. They only ran the ball 16 times, even though they were getting 4 yards of carry on the ground. And that wasn't just – it's not about scoring with the running game. It was about keeping Carson Beck and Georgia's offense off the field and chewing up the clock. And on top of that, 2 of their 3 best receivers were on the bench the entire game because they're freshmen.
I was going to ask you too, Pete. I was sitting there watching the game the other day, the Notre Dame game, and they kept saying, I was watching the game, I was like, I was like, man, this is a big receiver. That guy. They kept saying Bo Collins. Bo Collins, like, man, this dude played for.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, man, I know he played for someone else, and I was like, man, I think he went to Clemson. I'm like, I know he didn't transfer because Dabo don't like people transferring out or people transferring in. He don't like nothing.
Well, he can't stop him from transferring out, though. He can't stop it. Yeah, Bo Collins did basically nothing at Clemson. We ran him out on a rail, and he's out there showing out at Notre Dame. And Andrew Makuba, the safety. Well, now Makuba started 3 years and graduated from Clemson, so that's a different thing. But he transferred to Texas, and he had a hell of a game.
Okay.
A hell of a game week one.
You said Makuba. Who does he play for?
Texas.
Oh, okay. Now, this must be like a tight end or something.
No, he's a safety.
Oh, he's a safety. Okay. I got you. But yeah, I was watching the game, Pete, and I was just thinking, I was like, dang, man. I was like, boy, Bo Collins, I can't believe he had left. I thought that guy was in the NFL or something. It was shocking to see him in the Notre Dame uniform.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. But back to your question, Pete, who's the biggest threat outside of Oregon and the Big Ten to Ohio State? It would probably have to be, if not Penn State, I was the only other team I would say, but we don't play them. The only time we would see them is in the championship game, and that would be USC.
Oh, yes. I totally forgot about that because, they're in the Big Ten now. Yeah, that's.
I don't know I still can't judge them, though, because I got to see some more of them. I don't know.
Yeah, but do y'all play them in the regular season?
No, we don't play USC at all.
Oh, damn, I would love to see that game. That would be one of the better games in the Big Ten this year.
Well, they got to go to Michigan next week, I think, on CBS.
They'll probably score 100 on Michigan. Now, I don't know if they'll be able to stop anything, but they'll probably score 100 on Michigan.
Yeah, but matter of fact, I'm almost certain they play Michigan next week on CBS. I think that's a 3:30 game.
Boy, Michigan's in shambles right now. I know you love to see it.
Yeah, I try to keep up with Michigan. You reap what you sow. So Michigan, they're a bunch of cheaters, man. Michigan's some cheaters, man. They deserve everything that's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
That's what you get for cheating. But like I always tell everybody, man, I ain't going to keep you long, Pete, but I just want you to know this. I admire Jim Harbaugh. You know what he said, Jim Harbaugh? He said to himself, well, I can't beat the Buckeyes straight up, so I got to do something. Well, let's just cheat. We'll just cheat to beat them. Because he knew he couldn't beat us straight up. I feel him. I wouldn't want to keep getting beat down by a team either.
Hey, look.
So
a lot of teams cheat and they're still no good. Look at Tennessee with the McDonald's bags and that. You know, I mean, they
talking about with Nico Lama.
I mean, they were putting McDonald's bags filled with cash. They still couldn't win anything. At least Michigan cheated and won.
Yeah. Well, Tennessee just got
to respect the hustle.
Lineman, that 5-star lineman recruit. Ohio State was trying to get him, but they said that he came up there asking Ryan Day for some absurd amount of money with NIL, and Ryan Day basically just told him to kick rocks. We're not like, look, you can come up here, but we're not going to give you all this money that you asking for. And I think Tennessee gave him money. Well, I forget what the guy name was. His name is David Sanders, some offensive tackle they got from Charlotte, North Carolina. Everybody wanted him, though.
Well, Florida State, DJ Uiagalelei is getting like $500,000 in NIL money to not do anything. I mean, to be a statue and throw interceptions.
Yeah, DJ.
God dang.
Ukulele is horrible. He's horrible. He's not. Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah,
Florida State gonna lose. The Florida State's gonna lose Saturday, Pete, if they play Ukulele.
Oh, well, they're gonna play him and they're gonna lose.
Oh, they're gonna lose, man. Yeah, Florida State's no good. Yeah, Florida State's gonna lose. Their season, like Uncle Lou say. Well, Uncle Lou say, your season is over.
Oh, their season was over after they lost to Georgia Tech. I mean, no disrespect to Georgia Tech, but I mean, and then Boston College. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, the Boston College is pathetic.
That might be one of the only teams whose season actually is over after 2 weeks.
Yeah. Florida State's a done dollar.
Yeah, done dollar.
Now I'm gonna ask you one thing, Pete. Who is Clemson? Who is going to be? Let's say Clemson turns out how most people plan out. Like they probably win out. Y'all up. Clemson has a good. Clemson, Dabo Swinney. I don't care what people say about Dabo. He knows what he's doing. He's a good coach. He'll have Clemson at least in a championship game. So, what I was going to ask you, Pete, is who's going to challenge Clemson in the championship game? Will it be Miami? What everybody talking about?
It'll be Miami. I mean, we still don't know. I mean, I think Louisville's getting slept on a little bit, but we haven't really seen them play any good competition yet. They do. Louisville has to come to Clemson in a few weeks, well, in like a month. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think really it's right now. Here's the top four in my opinion. I think you got Miami's at the top right now. Got Clemson right behind them. Then I would probably go Louisville, and then I'd probably go Boston College after that. Outside of that, I don't see any other. Virginia Tech, all the hype they got in the offseason, they look terrible. NC State's trash. So
I gotta tell you, Pete, I'm shocked that you just said. I'm shocked that you didn't say this one team I'm thinking you're gonna say.
Okay, who?
I can't believe you leaving out Fran Brown and Syracuse.
Okay. Well, now Clemson doesn't play Syracuse in the regular season this year. But yeah, I mean they look legit. But I mean, who they beat? Look, Georgia Tech got all the love and the hype because they beat Florida State. Turns out Florida State's not any good, and they barely beat Florida State too. Let's not forget about that. So I mean, Syracuse might be a good team, but I need to see them play somebody a better opponent than Georgia Tech before I can say that.
They got McCord. I know McCord like the back of my hand. McCord, he's not scared. McCord is what you call Kyle McCord. He can't move that well, but he's what you call hubris for a quarterback. He's hubris. His arm is so good, and he does have a good arm, that he forces things from time to time, and it gets him into trouble.
I actually like him. I liked him when he was at Ohio State too. I think I don't know how you felt about him, but I think the Ohio State fans did him dirty, man. They ran him out of there. The fans did.
Well, I was gonna say this, Pete. If you want to know my opinion on Kyle McCord, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Kyle McCord is a pretty good quarterback. That's what I'll tell you. He's a pretty good quarterback, and I said that to say this. Being a pretty good quarterback at Ohio State is not good enough. It's going to get you 11 wins a year and a loss to Michigan, and that's not good enough. So he's just a pretty good quarterback.
I don't know. I think Ohio State's talented enough. They could have a pretty good quarterback and still win the Big Ten.
Oh yeah, just like the quarterback we got now, Will Howard. I think he's a little bit better than Kyle McCord because he can use his legs. McCord is kind of like a statue. That play breakdown, McCord is done.
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, being honest, you still would rather have McCord on your roster. I mean, let's say something happens to the starting quarterback.
McCord,
I mean, who's your backup?
McCord has a better arm than Will Howard. McCord can pass the ball. He's a very good passer. He's elite as far as passing the ball, but he likes to force things. Like McCord will throw the ball into triple and quadruple coverage. He don't care. But his arm, he thinks he's Brett Favre pretty much. If you want me to,
that's pretty good company right there. Yeah, that's pretty good company. That's my favorite quarterback of all time, Brett Favre.
Yeah, Brett Favre. Yeah, Brett Favre is a winner though. Yep.
I mean, Brett Favre is a piece of shit human being, but he's a great quarterback.
Oh yeah, I read the thing on the the money thing. He was getting sent to welfare or whatever.
Man,
whatever that was, whatever he was doing. Yeah, I read up on that, Pete.
Yeah, I like gunslingers like Brett Favre though. He's probably the most exciting quarterback I've ever seen in my life, Brett Favre. When he was in his heyday at Green Bay, man, every single Sunday was must-watch TV with Brett Favre.
Yeah. Now, do you play the Pete? Do you play the do you play Carolina Jackpot's Pick'em Challenge thing?
I did not. No.
Oh, okay. I played that. I started listening to Carolina Jackpot because I follow you and Uncle Lou. And then Carolina Jackpot, he's a funny guy, man. That dude is hilarious.
Oh, Jackpot's hilarious.
Man, Carolina Jackpot is hilarious, dude. This dude is crazy.
Yeah, he's one of the funniest people on YouTube.
Yeah, he's funny. I get a kick out of watching him. I don't know who's funnier between him and Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou's funny too, though. But some of that stuff I be hearing on the show, I be tripping out about. But yeah, man, it's good to talk to you, Pigskin Pete, man, and it's good to see you back on YouTube and everything, man. So I'm just glad I was able to come on your show, talk a little football.
Yes, sir. Well,
go Buckeyes, and always remember, Pete. I always remember. There's only one thing I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm gonna tell you, right, Pete?
No.
JT Tuimoloau. Wow.
Oh, that's the offensive lineman.
Just keep watching him.
All right, I'll watch.
Just keep.
I always watch Ohio State.
JT Tuimoloau. Wow.
I got to learn how to pronounce these. Where do these people come up with these names, man?
Well, JT Tuimoloau from the Seattle area, so I
don't care where he's from. What happened? What happened to pronounceable names?
Man, I don't know. Ain't no telling, man.
Yeah.
There's no telling.
Ah, dang.
Hey, Pete, I wanted to ask you, are you down? Because I work in South Carolina sometimes, but I was just curious. You're in the Low Country? You down there near Charleston, huh? You're not upstate, are you?
Yeah, I'm down by Charleston.
Okay, yeah, I go up there and work Seneca and Easley sometimes, and Anderson and Greenville.
Yeah, that's up in the Clemson area. That's where you going?
Yeah. I go up there to upstate. Yeah. I live in like the Atlanta area though, kind of.
Yeah, so you're close to there. You're like 2 hours away from there, then.
Yeah,
you're about 6 hours from me though.
Yeah, I'm a good little drive from you. I don't know if it's that long.
It takes me 5.5 hours to get to Atlanta from here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep. Heck, yep.
All right, brother.
Man, great talking to you, Pete, man. I enjoy your show.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Talk to you later, man.
All right, no doubt, Pete. Holla at me.
Yeah, he mentioned jackpot.
DeAndre Johnson. Who the fuck is he? He's a fucking freshman? Fuck. Oh, how about that? Jackpot Leslie makes one. It's like, well, they've been hanging tough. Well, they've been playing as good as they can. Goddamn, and why are you over here telling me? You don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this, and you don't have that.
What's up, you're on with Pete?
Figured out what first off, yeah, he's hilarious. I can't wait to see this game day coming up where they play LSU. Do you think South Carolina has a chance?
Yes, I do. I think they might win.
Okay. I know Nussmeier seems to be pretty good, but from what I've hear, South Carolina's defense is good, but I don't know if it's Kentucky's offense is bad or if South Carolina does have a good defense.
I think South Carolina's defense is legit.
Okay.
But offensively, they got. I mean, I can't name one single playmaker on that offense. Can you? No, not one.
I know. I know they have a. Actually, I'll take that back. They have a tight end or a wide receiver. He's like. Apparently, he's one of the fastest players in college football, and he's like 220 pounds, 230 pounds. So, but either way, I don't know his name. So,
I still don't know what to think about South Carolina's quarterback.
I know he didn't have the greatest game against Kentucky, but apparently, he didn't need to.
Yeah, he went out for a few series because I don't know what happened. He tweaked his, I don't even know, his hamstring or something, or his knee. I don't know what it was, but to me, I don't know if he's just still like trying to get acclimated to that offense or something, but he looks like a deer in headlights. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't have the confidence to throw the ball. He's always hesitant.
No, but if they're using the pieces around him like we saw against Kentucky, he's got a little time to do it, and I think this is a really good test because LSU's not the greatest team in the nation, but it's better than Kentucky. So if he can be a good game manager until he gets confident and they win a few in a row, then this is where you see, South Carolina starting to emerge as not a contender, but getting over that hump.
Yeah, Shane Beamer's coaching for his job right now. I don't care what anybody says. After that week 1 debacle against Old Dominion, I mean, I don't know if you're on Twitter or whatever, or Instagram. What the meltdown from the South Carolina fans was all-time epic. I mean, they're calling for his head. Even people like Jackpot or, the honeymoon phase has been over for Shane Beamer.
Yeah.
At this point, it's time to put up or shut up. And I don't even think to save his job he has to win 9 games or anything, but he's got to win 7 or 6 or 7 at minimum. They've got a brutal schedule. South Carolina does.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you is what keeps him off the hot seat?
Well, they only won 4 games last year.
Yeah.
I think they've got to win at least 6 or 7 for him to keep his job.
You add in that you have to beat Clemson?
No. I mean, they're used to losing to Clemson. They expect that.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just saying, if let's say he wins 6 games and it's like everybody's frustrated, but then he beats Clemson, does that buy him another year?
That would be sad if it did. They shouldn't be basing their coaching decisions on whether or not they beat Clemson. They should be basing it on their SEC record and their overall record, not one single game.
But you know how it is. Y'all are their Super Bowl.
Well, I know.
So.
I know.
But no, I wanted to, as far as conversation starter, I thought this was a good one. And I'll just put it like this. Michigan craps the bed. Shows everybody that they are not, they're not even close to the program they've been to the last few years. Notre Dame gets beat at Northern Illinois for their first ever top 10 win in program history. Notre Dame's number 5 in the nation. But yet, again, somehow Colorado receives more hate than either one of those, more trolling than either one of those teams. So,
well, do they bring that on themselves though?
I mean, I don't. I get that part because like I said, I'm bringing that up because I've played both sides of this, but I also know that Dion has never said they're going undefeated. So it's one of those where he's just trying to do better than he did last year. So for him to lose a game, it's like, so every time he loses a game, everybody's waiting to point and be like, you lost. And it's like, dude, they won 4 games last year, which is 3 more than the year before. No congratulations. Now, Nebraska seems to be a pretty good team.
I think the fact that they don't seem humble.
Yeah,
they're like one of those little, I don't even know what kind of dog, a Chihuahua or a Pomeranian, one of the little dogs that are yapping, yap, 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 and all you got to do is kick them in the mouth and they fucking go away. Like, that's what Colorado is.
Yes, and that part I will agree with you is it's the not being humble part that, which to me, I don't know if it's humble or if it's being too confident or being too cocky.
There's nothing wrong with being confident.
Agreed. But it's too much on the cocky side, which is why I feel everybody wants them to do bad because of how cocky they are.
That's exactly right. It's a turn off to most people, and there's some players for Colorado I really like. I really like Travis Hunter. I really like Shedeur Sanders. I don't really necessarily care for Shedeur Sanders' attitude, honestly, but he's a great player. But. And also, like it seems to me they are the ultimate look at me players. Shedeur in particular. Like, it's not about the team; it's about him, and it's about Dion, it's about Shedeur, it's about Travis Hunter. And I don't know, Travis Hunter doesn't rub me the wrong way. I think he's a team player and all that. Shedeur, though, on the other hand, I don't know. He's the ultimate look at me guy, and his dad was too in the NFL. But here's the thing: his dad earned that. He hasn't earned shit yet. Shedeur hasn't.
Agreed, and that's where we can agree is I think Shedeur Sanders is a very, very good quarterback. Like, I think. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I think Shedeur Sanders is a very, very good quarterback, but to not have, like you said, not have earned that right, it's like, dude, you act the part You have the personality for it, but and this was my comparison is it doesn't matter. Colorado could go undefeated, and the amount of haters, not amount of hate, the amount of people out there that hate it'd still be the same number.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
I want to give you a comparison though. I think of Floyd Mayweather. Think of how many people hate him because of his cockiness, his crap talk, always talking blah 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 about being the best. Dude's, what is he, undefeated right now in his career?
Yeah, I think I understand where you're trying to go with that, but that's an individual sport. He's by himself. It's not a team sport.
I say that because Deion is an individual, and that seems to be one of the biggest reasons why people don't like Colorado is Deion. Does Travis does Shedeur add to that? Yes, with his, but most of this hate comes from everything that Deion says. But if Deion was to go out there and beat a team and be like, yeah, we'll beat anybody we play against. And it's like, people wouldn't like that just because it's cocky. People don't like that kind of attitude. They love the humble, keep your head down type player. And now for me, I said this, I would not buy stock on Colorado until their offensive line got better.
Well, how would people feel about what's the boxer you just named? I was fucking drawing. Huh?
Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather. How would people feel about Floyd Mayweather if he had that mouth but still lost every fight?
I think they would still treat him the same. People still hate him. People think he's the cocky man. He talks too much, man. I can't stand him. And it's like,
it's one you can if you can talk like that and back it up. I got no problem. I like Floyd Mayweather. I mean, he can back it up.
I just think a lot of this comes from any person that's cocky or individual. You're not going to like them. But you're going to have a lot of fans, and I just think that that's kind of where this is, Colorado gets a lot of hate, but it's crazy to me that, in a situation where a number 5 team loses to Northern Illinois and then Michigan gets blown out by Texas.
Well, they're getting hated on too, though.
It is. It's just very.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Deion's going to be there next year? I don't care what happens this year. They might go on a 7-game win streak, which they won't. But let's say they do. Is he going to be there next year?
Yes.
No.
Nothing will stop. They're making more money than they've ever made ever. They would not lose that.
Deion don't care about that.
Oh, you're saying would Deion choose to leave?
Yeah.
If he got the right offer, he'd be out in a heartbeat.
No, forget offers. I mean, first of all, he don't need the money, so he's not sitting back waiting on.
I don't mean offer as much as money. I mean offered, like who offered him, who it was.
What if he get? Let's say he didn't get off. First of all, nobody's going to offer Deion anything. I mean, maybe, not in college football. I don't know. Maybe the NFL might. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like his both of his sons. Well, I don't know, but I guess maybe Shiloh might be back next year now, but he's not
because of the medical.
Because of the arm, yeah. But Shedeur will be gone. Travis Hunter will be gone. I don't know about Horn. What year is Horn?
I think he is a junior, or he may be a redshirt sophomore.
He's probably going to leave anyway.
Yeah, because he's built his name up pretty good.
Yeah, he'll probably be out the door. He would probably transfer somewhere.
See, and look, and I'm a realist when it comes to it. I just thought this would be a good conversation piece. What Deion would have been in his best case scenario was for him to have a very good year this year, which I know the season just started, but him to have a very good year this year. Because the way Florida State looks, they are crapping the bed.
I don't think he would go to Florida State.
You don't.
I think he's got bad blood with them.
Okay.
I think I think Deion's the type of person he'd be more likely to go to Florida just to stick it to Florida State. For real.
He looks like he's going to have his pick, to be honest.
Now, I don't think Florida would offer him the job. I don't think he's getting a head coaching offer anywhere in the Power 5 or 4.
Do you think that's because of all that comes with it?
Well, it's because his team isn't any good, and his approach to football is building 70 transfer players. That's not a sustaining.
Agreed, but you also
and it's a media circus.
But you also don't have the same recruiting hub at Colorado as you would at Florida State.
Yeah, he refuses. Mike 3883 is right. He refuses to recruit.
I agree.
The last time we saw, and not the recruiting part of it, but the last time we saw a head coach come into college football who's an NFL type guy was Herm Edwards at Arizona State. And Herm Edwards came in, and Herm Edwards a great guy, great developer of young men, and the whole deal. So I'm not hating on Herm Edwards. But when he came in there, his whole idea was, I'm going to build this college program like an NFL. He even said it. I'm going to run this like an NFL franchise, not a college program. Well, how'd that work out?
Well, Matt Rule is running Nebraska like it.
No, he's not.
I'm saying, okay, maybe not the off the field stuff, but the way he's building that team is they are built like an NFL team when it comes to like the play style, the linebackers, the size.
Yeah, okay, on the field. I'm talking about the off the field stuff. He's not. Yeah. Yeah, Matt Rule knows the difference between that's the difference. Matt Rule knows the difference between how to run a college program and an NFL franchise. Deion doesn't.
Yeah, well, and that, I guess the thing I would say is, how hard is it to get kids to want to come to Colorado?
That's irrelevant.
Well, I'm saying you were talking about.
Here's the thing: if Deion really put the time and the effort into recruiting, his name alone and his stature, he could get recruits that Colorado hasn't seen since they won a national title.
And I mean, I know he got the left tackle, number one tackle in the nation. You know, he did get Travis and Stewart to transfer there.
But he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to put the time and the effort into recruiting. He just wants to get on the phone and say, "Hey, I'm Deion. Come play for me. Transfer here." Well, that's not a recipe for success. Look at what's going on at Florida State, and Florida State does recruit too, and that's even worse. They are the worst version of Florida State.
Yeah, well, and I guess that's my outlook is, if Deion was at Florida State, he would be able to recruit so much better. Even if it was, "Hey, I'm Deion, come play for me." It's the amount of players that are within that radius of Florida State compared to the amount of players within that radius at Colorado.
I agree. He could recruit. I think he could recruit well at Florida State. I think he could recruit well at Colorado for Colorado standards, but he refuses to do it. I don't think he has any interest in recruiting. I mean, he doesn't even try.
I can't disagree with that.
He doesn't even try.
No, but yeah, that's all. I just was like, I could see Florida State, and like if they would take them having a good year, Colorado, but I could see Florida State going, dude, Mike Norvell, just brought in 17 transfers, and we're still not good. We sued everybody, and we were more worried about that than we were putting a good team on the field. But I'm just saying, I think Florida State could have, and I know this is out of but I think top 5 recruiting class if Deion goes to Florida State.
Based on what makes you think he would even attempt to recruit at Florida State? You don't think he would do the same thing at Florida State that he's doing at Colorado?
Well, because it's not working at Colorado.
Well, he's not even trying at Colorado.
I know. I'm just thinking, if I'm a recruit and you're asking me to go play offensive line for Deion, it's like, didn't he play DB in college? Why would I go there to play offensive line? Who's your offensive line?
What is that? Like, that has nothing to do with any. I mean, Dabo Swinney was a walk-on wide receiver at Alabama. But he's got perennially one of the best defensive lines in the country.
But I also think it's because he's built a staff around him that can develop. Who has Deion built around? Who's going to Colorado to help him develop that? You see what I mean? Their offensive line has been terrible. Deion can't. I mean, a head coach isn't out there coaching every single position group. So
mark my words, the Deion experiment's going to end terribly, and he won't be coaching in college. And maybe one more year. I don't even think that. But after that, I think it's over for him. I don't know. Somebody might be dumb enough to hire him as a coordinator or a positions coach on some NFL team. I think he's done in college, unless he goes back to the HBCU or maybe a Group of 5 or FCS team.
Yeah, I mean, do you not think though Colorado is yeah, I could see Colorado riding that wave till it's over.
Let me ask you a question. Kirby Smart has a heart attack tomorrow, drops dead. Would you want Georgia to hire Deion?
Man, Georgia's not in Florida State's position.
I understand. I'm just saying hypothetically. Would you want Deion to be the head coach at Georgia?
No.
No. Okay, then. There you go.
Yeah, but I mean, we're in a different position. We're not desperate like Florida State. If I was a desperate team, who would I want? Whoever would take us. And not many people wanting to pick up dumpster fires.
Yeah.
Like Florida. Florida's had 41 coaches in the last 6 weeks. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to touch that. So you become desperate, and you got to figure out, dude, what do we do? Now, I'm not saying they'll take Deion. I'm just saying teams that are desperate, I think, have a different agenda. And with Colorado, dude, you've probably made more money in these last 2 years with Deion than you've made in the last, 10, 15 without him? So I don't think Colorado cares about a winning football team as long as their college is making bank.
I think Dave Steller in the chat just hit the nail on the head. Deion's just trying to get his kids in the NFL. Did you see? And look, I can't hate on him for looking out for his family, but he's also responsible for another 100 kids that he does bring to Colorado. But did you see what he said about, because Shador and Travis Hunter are going to be drafted after this year? Did you see what he said about them being drafted?
No.
He said we're going to pull an Eli Manning. In other words, he said there's a handful of teams in the NFL that if they draft him, we won't go there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See, it's stuff like that as much as I want to defend him on certain things, it's like, dude, I can't defend. Why would you say that?
Because he's Deion. That's why he does. And I've been a Deion fan my whole life. I loved him. Watched him play for the Braves. Watched him play for the Falcons. He was one of my favorite athletes growing up. But he's turned me off this past couple of years, man. It's hard to defend some of the stuff he says and does.
He doesn't understand coach speak. He doesn't understand the how you do business type deal. Like,
he knows how to make money. That's what he's good at.
Yeah, I mean he's
a promoter.
True. But no, that's cool. Like I said, I thought that was a good topic. I just wanted to get your opinion on it. So appreciate you, dude.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you later.
All right. See you later, TV. All right, guys. I'm gonna shut it down a little bit early tonight. I gotta get up extremely early tomorrow morning anyway. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you to all the callers. Thank you to most of the callers. I'll be back Friday morning at 11 a.m. on the midday show on my second channel. There's a link to my second channel in the description of this live stream. If you're not subscribed over there, do that. Trust me, you're missing out. You're missing out if you're not over there for the midday show. That's all I can tell you. I'll let you guys know exactly what my streaming schedule for this weekend is on Saturday. I'll let you guys know that on Friday. Friday sometime. I'll make a post in the community tab or something. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Your boy is checking out.